Well, hello everybody. It's Bug Eater 64, and we're going to get ready today. Going to do an Air Hauler 2 flight, but at the same time, all I'm doing is I'm moving aircraft from KTMB, my old base for the business, and moving it to KMIA, Miami. So we're going only about 12 miles, going from Miami Executive over to Miami International. So I got a couple aircraft. I've got to move over there. I've already got the Cessna 172 over at base, and now I've got to move the other three aircraft: the Caravan Cessna 208, and then the King Air I 350i, and of course my A320 Neo. So we're going to get those moved over there, and we'll see you as things progress along. So welcome aboard. Hope you enjoy the ride, and let's get started. Okay, here we are in the Cessna C208B Caravan, and we'll get things going here. Today is the first time I'm using a new module, and that is FS Playground. It's a replay system. So we'll see how that goes. Matter of fact, this entire video was made using FS Playground because when I started the flight, I forgot to hit record on my Streamlabs OBS. So luckily, FS Playground was working, and it seems to have worked quite well. And you be the judge watching this video. Also, being the case, you don't hear. I'm still learning FS Playground. It's got some neat little things. I can actually make changes in the cockpit. Now, as you can see, Microsoft Flight Simulator, when I picked my parking spot, it parked a fuel truck right on top of me. The fuel truck then moved and was right beside me. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. So anyway, you won't hear all the ATC calls. You'll hear some of them, but not all of them. Like I said, I'm still learning some stuff. So as it recorded some things, when I first started the flight, I didn't restart ATC, so it missed some of the calls. But other than that, I mean, it recorded the aircraft flying just like it's supposed to. So I was able to actually show my takeoff from a different perspective than the cockpit, and my landing. So we'll get to see that as I head down to runway 9. And we get to see that my taxiing isn't the greatest. But hey, it's Florida. We can do that and get away with it. Oh, we will get down to the end of the runway here and finish up getting our little lady prepped for flight. Okay, we'll pull up, hold short as we were directed. And once we've got her prepped, we will go ahead and contact the tower and take off. It's interesting that in the replay, you look at the center MFD, you don't see the flight plan. It was an interesting thing. Okay, so we got our landing lights on, taxi light off. Just over 12 miles from this airport to the international airport. Flaps to takeoff position. So let's get on the runway at takeoff. Give her power. And rotate. So this FS replay, or playground, is kind of a neat utility. Like I said, this is the first time I've used it, so I'm learning it as I go along. But it saved me on this flight. And as you can see, I'm cheating a little bit. I've got the flaps in takeoff position, and it's only 12 miles, so I'm a tired, old, fat, gray-haired, lazy guy, so what can I tell you? I just left it in the takeoff position. We're not going that fast, so no problem of, damages or anything like that. And we'll just take them all the way to the airport, and then when we land, one less thing to take care of. We'll pull them up after we clear the runway.
Miami Brownmont, Chile 1232 taxi to parking. Land Chile 1232 taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Sierra 2 Sierra 75.
And at this point, I figured out what I was not doing
Land Chile 1232. Hold
with
position
ATC,
code,
so I
other
got it working. Now you'll hear the calls from Miami International.
Taxiing to General Aviation Parking via taxiway Sierra 2 Sierra 75 Mont Chile 1232.
And I have a second monitor, so I'm able to put all the controls for both the FS Playground and ATC for Microsoft Flight Sim on that other monitor, which makes it kind of nice, so you don't have to see all those controls fluttering up this windscreen of the aircraft. Now I can't do that when I'm in VR.
Land Chile 1232, continue taxi.
So we'll turn here towards the airport.
Miami Tower Bug Eater 64 Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray is 9 miles south with Sierra to land.
Bug Eater 64 Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray Miami Tower. Enter left downwind runway 27. Altimeter tree 0.05 wind 126 at 19er.
Enter left traffic runway 27 Bug Eater 64 Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray.
Alright, so we've got our landing directions, and we'll be making a turn to the right here to get ready to do the downwind for the approach.
Generic 1 Lima Sierra cleared to land runway 27. Wind 116 at 22.
And we'll level off here and get a little bit closer to the
Cleared
airfield.
to land runway 27 Generic 1 Lima Sierra. Generic 440, turn next taxiway.
Yeah, very pretty day today using real world weather. I'm surprised it's so sunny and everything down this part of Florida, but the weather is coming
Generic
because
440, turn next taxiway.
I've got it here in the upstate of South Carolina. It's an ugly, ugly day with thunder and rain. I'd much rather be in Florida right now flying. So we'll turn on to our downwind. Here's Miami straight ahead of us.
Generic 440, exit runway when able. Generic 1 Lima Sierra, exit runway when able. Bug Eater 64 Alpha Alpha Delta X-ray cleared to land runway 27. Follow the generic on the runway. Wind 116 at 22.
Cleared to land runway 27 Bug Eater 64 Alpha Alpha Delta X-Ray.
Generic 440, turn next taxiway. 1 Lima Sierra, exit runway when able.
Okay, we're turning on to base.
Miami Tower, American 62 11 miles east inbound ILS runway 27 approach. American 623 Miami Tower. Cleared ILS runway 27 approach. Altimeter tree 0.05 wind 116 at 22. Generic 440 exit runway when able. Generic 1 Lima Sierra, contact ground on 120.35. Generic 440 contact ground on 120.35. Cleared ILS runway 27 approach American 623. Generic 1 Lima Sierra.
Okay, and we are turning on to final.
Generic 440. Miami Tower, Alpha 1708 miles east inbound ILS runway 27 approach. Alpha 170 Miami Tower. Cleared ILS runway 27 approach. Altimeter tree 0.05 wind 116 at 22.
And I'm landing on the runway. Wrong runway. Landing on 26 instead of 27. And
Alpha Delta X-ray contact ground on 121.8.
And the simulation puts a jet right in front of me, which I'm not going to crash into it anyway. And that's one of the issues with the simulation.
64 Alpha Delta X-ray.
Is that you can't crash into things. You just go right through them, like that fuel truck on top of it. So they need to fix that. That way, if you make an error like I just did, you're going to pay the penalty. I had paid no penalty. ATC didn't get all over me for, tell me I wasn't cleared to land on that particular runway. But anyway, we're here. And no complaints for this guy.
Ground Bug Eater 64 Alpha Delta X-ray taxi to parking.
Bug Eater 64 Alpha Delta X-ray taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Lima 6 Lima 7 Lima 1152.
Okay.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Lima 6 Lima 7 Lima 1152 Bug Eater 64 Alpha Delta X-ray.
Sure, I'm glad my co-pilot handles all the radios. Plus, I don't have charge for this airport, so that being said, I have no idea where all the taxiways are and stuff like that, so I just picked my own. So we're just going to pull up. I'm going to go around the building and pull over to the right in a parking area up next to the hangar. So this is my first experience, as I said, with FS Playground, which I like. It's got a learning curve because it's got some unique stuff that I haven't even tried yet, and I found that if I use it while I'm still in the sim, everything works great. If I tried to export video, work on it later, and that didn't happen. So what I did was I go ahead and do the flight, record it, and then I went ahead and replayed it and used my software to record it. Well, okay. Well, we made our first flight and got the aircraft over here to Miami International. Now we'll take it and park it, and 2 more aircraft get over here, and we'll have our full fleet over at Miami International instead of at Miami Executive. So, with that, everything seemed to go pretty good, except that, once again, especially in this aircraft, the rudder pedals are very sensitive. So after landing, sometimes it's difficult to keep it straight down the runway. And then, of course, it's just little quirks, but things are improving. So we will get there. And one more thing, I was supposed to land on runway 27, which is on the opposite side of where we're sitting. I landed on runway 26, but ATC didn't call me on it, so I don't have a problem with it. So until next time, glad you came along for the ride. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the skies very soon. So be well, and as always, safe flying.